Hello, everyone. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I tried to go live through Zoom, but we were having some technical difficulties. So we're going to go live today to just talk about journaling. You all, anybody that's been following me for any length of time understands that journaling is my passion. Mental health in general is my passion, but I'm very emphatic about journaling as a resource tool. All right, and so a resource tool that helps us to rid ourselves of unhealthy emotions, unhealthy feelings, tension, and things like that, because we don't always want to talk to people per se. And so journaling just provides a way for us to have an outlet. Of course, you know, we can go the super spiritual route, have a little talk with Jesus, tell him all about our troubles, all that type of stuff. But he's given us things to enjoy here and to utilize here in the earthly realm that are not quote unquote super spiritual. And so I just come to offer a hand, and be a solution by giving some tools and tips as it relates to journaling for stress relief, so that life doesn't become overwhelming. Sometimes you just need to get back into your own space, disconnect from media, disconnect from the world, just so that you can have your own time just to kind of make sense of your thoughts, make sense of things that have transpired throughout the day. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about journaling. There are a couple of links in the caption of the video, but click on the first link. That'll take you to our mental health resource page on our website, because Journaling Saves Lives is a mental health advocacy organization that I actually started back in 2016. And just some of the things we do: we facilitate mental and emotional health education, educational seminars, just to bring awareness and proper education to the general public as it relates to mental health and mental illness, especially to the church realm. That's really my assignment. I'm trying to really be that force that really brings this awareness to the church, to let some of our Christian brothers and sisters understand that you just can't get rid of everything with the slapping on of oil and praying, because James tells us in chapter 2, verse 17 and verse 26, it says, faith without works is dead. So I have faith that God can heal me. I have faith that God can make me whole. But then there are things that I must do in the natural realm besides pray, besides fast. All right, because those are the ways that God reveals the things that we ought to do here in this earth realm. All right, and one of the other things that we do, we serve as a liaison to connect individuals and families to that are dealing with mental health issues, directly or indirectly. Connect them with the resources that they need, and then also family, because we need to understand something. We may not be dealing with a mental health matter, but someone in our family is, and we have to be able to, especially in the Christian world, we have to be able to offer them something more than just prayer. I'll pray for you. No, you need to have resources, because if their arm was broke, they don't need your prayer. They need you to get them to a hospital, to see a doctor that can help their arm. And the same thing with our mind. When we're going through different distresses, trauma, dealing with life in general can wear and tear on the mind. And I often wonder, something go wrong with your kidneys, people go to the nephrologist. Something go wrong with your heart, people go to the cardiologist. But when it comes to the mind and the emotions, we just say, have a little talk with Jesus. So we need to kind of revisit this ideology before we continue to lose any more people. I am a born again believer, Holy Ghost filled. I believe in fasting, praying, but that is not the cure all. Because if you want to lose weight, you can fast and pray all day, but you need to find your way to a treadmill and into a gym. All right. We do have faith that God can do all things, but he works in conjunction with us in the things that we do. And so today, I just want to talk a little bit about journaling. But before, one of the things I like to do is just give kind of icebreaker exercises for people that tune in. You don't have to particularly do it now, but this is something you can think about doing. Grab a sheet of paper, and I want you to write down what you were doing yesterday at 8 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. Again, I want you to grab a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be now, but later, because one of the things that I realize, we're always on the go. We're always in the hustle and bustle of things, and a lot of us are not cognizant with how we're feeling, the things and thoughts that are going through our minds. We're not cognizant because we're going here, we're going there, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're trying to grind, we're trying to hustle, we're trying to make fun of ourselves, we're trying to get this connection, that connection. And then a lot of us have a hard time unplugging until life forces you to unplug when it becomes a bit difficult. And so my assignment in the earth is to teach people as well how to be proactive. Don't wait till your body shuts down. Don't wait till you're distressed beyond words to unplug from life, to make sense of life, to make sense of your emotions, what you're feeling, make sense of situations that have occurred. Stop just going without time to sit back. And everything is not always, quote unquote, time to spend with the Lord, okay? Sometimes you just need, in your humanistic nature, just to pull back from things, just to chill out, period, all right? You don't always have to particularly, quote unquote, dig in your Bible or any of that type of stuff. You just pull out your journal, all right? You go ahead and just, hey, this person pissed me off. This person made me angry. Or, you know, I feel like killing somebody. Or, because whether we know it or not, that those type of things goes through the heads and the minds of born again believers. And so we want to be able to unplug, because sometimes, you know, you're on the go, and then guess what we do when we get ready to lay down? We go ahead and we open our phone up and we tune into people's Facebook page. And so now, when you should be getting a break, giving your mind a break, letting your emotions settle from all of the things that have occurred throughout the day, we have in our face people's timeline, what other people are going through, what they're dealing with. Oh, look at little Tommy, he had a second birthday. And so I want to teach us how to unplug before we cause any more damage to ourselves, you all right? Because listen, we can't keep falsely charging God, because we put things on ourselves and then we charge God with removing it from us, all right? A lot of times we wouldn't feel so oppressed or depressed if we just learn to be proactive and unplug and unwind from life in general, from media, from our relationships. When you come home from work, find a little space and time where you can have a few minutes by yourself, all right? And so the exercise that I said, when I said get a piece of paper and I want you to write down, most of us can't recall what we were doing yesterday at 8 in the morning, 1 p.m., 5 p.m., or 8 p.m., all right? And that's bad, because we should always be cognizant of what we're doing at all times, because this is how time is wasted. And that's another detriment to our mental and emotional health, is wasted time, just going. And then somebody said, well, what were you doing yesterday around 1 o'clock? You know, I'm not talking about an interrogation at the cop station, but you should be able to tell someone. You should not always be on a go where you're not cognizant of what you're doing, who you're talking to at any given time, the thoughts that are going through your head, the emotions, the feelings that are circulating around within you. You need to be cognizant. And so that exercise is meant to both test our memory capabilities as well as our ability to be mindful of what we're doing at all times and not simply be on the go. All right, so that's a threat to your mental and emotional well-being. Being on the go. Learn how to slow down. Do yourself a favor. Do your mind a favor. Your emotions a favor. And slow down. All right? Unplug. Now, I want to kind of mention a few things real quick, because this is very important. I'm very emphatic about the mental health field in general. But I like to identify things that are very unique. And before we jump into the content about journaling, I just want to share that whether you know it or not, it seems like the mental health world is dominated by Caucasian people and other races, but you have a lot of African American, Black mental health pioneers that are in the field. And it's very important, because African Americans are the number one demographic that refuse to go get help. We utilize help less than any other race and ethnicity. Black folks, Black Americans, all right? And I will venture to say even Black Islanders, Haitians, Jamaicans, Trinidad, Tobago, Black people in general. Just as a group of people, we utilize resources. We deal with the stressors of life. We deal with mental and emotional illnesses and ailments. But here's the thing. Knowing that we deal with this to such a higher degree because of all the societal factors, why are we the least likely to use resources that can help us get better, that can help us grow and prosper in the midst of turmoil and stress? black people just won't go see a therapist. We won't journal. All right, we won't do the mentally healthy things. You know, we resort to church and the spiritual things, but there is another side. And so I just kind of wanted to just mention a few black mental health pioneers, just so you know, mental health, mental illness. This is not things that white folks and Asians and any ethnicity and other race. Black folks are in this too. And so knowing this information should make us feel a bit comfortable with saying, okay, it's okay to seek out therapy. It's okay to learn about my mental health conditions, the mental health issues of my brother, my mother, my sister, my cousin. It's okay not to have stigmas. It's okay to be properly educated, all right? Because whether you know it or not, in the absence of proper education, that's where stigmas come. This is why a lot of people don't get help. And I'm working my way up to this lesson. We won't be on here long. But people won't get help because of the stigmas. You're crazy if you have a mental illness or a mental health problem. You can't function in life. You can't live by yourself. You can't maintain relationships and any of this type of stuff when you have mental illness matters and things like that. All right. And so we need to eliminate the stigmas, especially in the black community, that no, you're not crazy. We all have some type of mental challenges. It's what you do with it. Getting to help and resources in a timely manner can mean the make or break for you. All right. And so we have to eliminate stigmas before I don't want to keep losing cousins, and not just me, but all of us, cousins and nieces and nephews and pastors and folks in the church. We don't want to keep losing them to suicide and substance abuse and self-endangering, all because because of the stigmas. We're shaming people. Hey, you had to go get mental health help? Wow, man, you wasn't strong enough in your faith, or man, you must be crazy, or people with mental illness issues, are criminals. We got to get rid of this foolish stuff. But a few of the black mental health pioneers, just to kind of keep in the back of your mind, and I'm bringing these people up for a reason, to let you know, listen, black people have not always been oblivious in the mental health field. Maybe in our circles, but there have been some people that have paved the way in some major ways as it relates to the mental health field. A guy named Kenneth C. Clark. He is the first ever black president of the American Psychological Association. He is most famous for his work in the Brown versus Board of Education case and work in general to eliminate segregation in the school system. Solomon Fuller is another gentleman. He is the first black psychiatrist to be recognized by the American Psychiatric Association. This is important, all right? We have to make our people of color feel comfortable talking about mental illness, mental health matters, all right? So this information is great. A lady by the name of Mamie Phipps Clark, M-A-M-I-E, her first name is Mamie. Mamie Clark. She is the first ever black female to receive a doctorate degree from Columbia University. All right. And she was most famous for what she called the Dow test, which sought to measure the effects of racial segregation on children and their mental and emotional well-being. Just a few more people to name. A gentleman by the name of Maxie Maltzby. He founded the Rational Behavioral Therapy. A lot of these tools and technologies that therapists use, these were founded by black people. All right. And so we have no reason to stay away from this mental health field. If you're affected, then get to where the help is. And if you don't have an issue, then try to become part of the solution. All right. A gentleman by the name of Joseph L. White. He's the author of a book called Towards a Black Psychology, because he too understood that, listen, and until we start making it a common thing to show people of color at large that, guess what? It's okay to seek out help. It's okay to talk about psychological issues without feeling I'm crazy. All right. Joseph White was that one that said, I'm going to create this book full of content. And he called it Towards a Black Psychology, because we have to approach the mental health and the psychological issues with black people from a totally different realm than any other group and demographic of people. Beverly Daniel Tatum. She is the author of Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria? That's a great book that touched on the effects of segregation and things a lot of these people were dealing with. Because whether you know it or not, segregation, it's still is present, all right? Whether you know it. It just doesn't look the way it did back in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, and all of that type of stuff. But segregation, it still plays a major part. It has a different face now. All right. And there's another lady by the name of Inez Prosser. She is the first black woman to receive a PhD in psychology. And so I just wanted to bring some of these individuals up. If you missed them, you can come back and watch the video. But it's very important to know that people that look like us with our skin color, and I'm not just only for black people, but because that's the demographic that's least likely to seek out help, that's my focus holistically. You know, I'm trying to get us, black folks in the secular world, black folks in the church, to get them to seek out help. If not for you, for your mothers, your sisters, your brothers. Let me help you out with something. And then we're going to jump right into the content about journaling real quick. I just got a few points to make. We have to stop telling people you'll grow past this. All right? Without proper intervention and tools, you won't grow past anything. It'll continue to get worse, all right? So we have to stop telling when you see things in our children, your nieces, your nephew, oh man, they'll grow out of that. No, pay attention to that and intervene and get them the help, because what happens is we tell people, oh, they'll grow out of this issue. You notice something is a little off upstairs, mentally unsettled, emotionally unsettled. Oh, they'll grow out of that. Now they're 46 years old, but in their mind, I'm going to grow out of this. No, 46 years later, you're dealing with the same mental and emotional ailment and infirmity, and the family is around them. Oh, they gonna get past that. We got faith. No, you all. Black people, it's okay to go after help for your mental and emotional health issues, your problems, please. All right. But journaling, I was talking, and I'm gonna just talk about this 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm gonna get off of here. Journaling is very important because, again, a lot of us may not particularly want to, quote unquote, talk to a therapist or psychiatrist, or there's certain things we may not even want to share with our best friends, with our spiritual leaders, or anyone. Sometimes we just need to be in our own space, making sense of things, kind of declogging and unclogging and unwinding from the hustle and bustle of the day. And journaling provides that way, because a lot of times we have unhealthy and impure thoughts and feelings and emotions going through us, and you don't want to keep internalizing that, because when you internalize stress and worry and anger and all of these other unhealthy emotions, guess what happens? Your health becomes affected. You develop ulcers, you can develop cancers, you can develop blood pressure issues, heart problems, and the list goes on, neurological issues. And so journaling provides a way just for you to unclog, for you to give an outlet to those unhealthy feelings and emotions. Most of us don't know how to stay put long enough to make use of the tool of journaling, but you have to practice being able to sit still even for 20 minutes if you want to make use of this journaling. You can't be on the go. You have to first discipline yourself and force yourself, all right, to sit still and to learn how to just be you and just you alone. Because some of us don't know how to be by ourselves. That's a whole nother issue. But what is journaling? Journaling is a mechanism that allows individuals to outlet challenging and overwhelming emotions, feelings, and thoughts. Journaling is a mechanism that allows individuals to outlet challenging and overwhelming emotions, feelings, and thoughts. All right? This is a safe space for you. Nobody's around. Whatever you feel like you want to communicate, that's what journaling provides for you. Somebody pissed you off. You feel like killing somebody. You feel like you're going to do something. You feel like you want to jump off the edge. You want to hang yourself. A lot of times it's because we're so full and we don't take time to unclog and unwind from the hustle and bustle of every day and all that we have. And so when you give voice and give an outlet to those feelings and those emotions, all right, you'll find that, listen, I really don't feel like killing myself. It's just that I didn't know how to unwind long enough so that I can outlet and write out these feelings and these emotions. All right. Journaling is an effective way to pinpoint, hear this, and track stressors, triggers, and to formulate strategies to better control them. Sometimes when you're on the go, you don't know what your triggers are. You just know you get pissed off a lot. You get angry. You get upset. But you need to learn how to pause, how to chill out so that you can start making the connections. Hey, whenever I'm around them, I get angry. Whenever I encounter this situation, this affects me. This weighs on my emotions. When you don't give your time to just pause and relax, All right, you're unable to make those connections. And I'm trying to help us out. Stop always being on the move. All right. Make use of this tool of journaling, but in order to do that, you have to learn how to pause, how to sit still, how to be in your own space. So again, journaling is an effective way to pinpoint and track stressors, triggers, and to formulate strategies to better control them. Because when you don't identify and pinpoint what your stressors are or the triggers, that's when they get the best of you, and that's when stress becomes distress. Stress in itself is not bad. It's when it gets overwhelming, which is the technical term is distress. And that's when it begins to wear and tear on you and cause problems to your health. Journaling is also a therapist recommended wellness tool that helps people to manage anxiety, reduce your stress levels overall, and to cope with depression. Journaling really is a powerful tool. Journaling also works as a process by which individuals can relinquish negative or pessimistic thoughts and behaviors while cultivating positive and optimistic ones. When you start finding out, trust me, take me on this. And try this. Just pause. Take some time today for 10, 15 minutes just to begin to make sense of what's going through you. Unhealthy thoughts, unhealthy feelings, unhealthy emotions. Write these things down. Take you 10, 15 minutes just to relax. No media, no music, no one around. If you got to sit in your car at the park, do it. Watch how you feel, because sometimes we're so overwhelmed because we're holding everything in. But journaling gives you that outlet, all right? Now, journaling. It's helpful for people to know that journaling is just one aspect of a broader range of healthy lifestyle habits. So journaling is not the end-all, be-all. You have to have other healthy lifestyle habits. In order to maximize the benefits of journaling, people should also engage in daily meditation. And that's when meditation is not the quote-unquote, that's the type of stuff you see on TV. But meditation is just unplugging, just thinking, going through your thoughts, cycling through your thoughts with no music, no TV, nobody around. It's just you. No form of distraction. It's just you. That's meditation. Sleep and periods of rest. Some of us are dealing with mental and emotional issues because we don't sleep or rest. Why? Because we need to first learn how to unplug from our day and unwind and relax before you can sleep and rest. All right? In addition to journaling, you need to exercise and have proper nutrition. Some of us are dealing with mental and emotional ailments because we don't take care of our physical bodies. When you don't take care of your physical bodies, it wears and tears on your mind, it wears and tears on your emotion and every other aspect in your life. And then also refraining from drug and alcohol usage and abuse. All right. This is another reason, because some people are dealing with depressive symptoms or anxiety issues of various sorts, because there are different levels and types of anxiety. But we, when I say we, just people in general, we tend to resort to alcohol or drugs or other self-harming habits to cope when we have the equal opportunity to utilize things like journaling, go talking to a therapist or a counselor, to just rest and relax, to meditate. Okay, so why do we find it so easy to resort to what's going to ultimately cause us more harm? And so I'm encouraging you to start being more proactive and holding your friends, your family, your loved ones accountable to be more proactive, all right, in dealing with their stress and dealing with the hustle and bustle in life, instead of resorting, eating. Some people, ain't just drugs or alcohol, eating so much. That's another coping mechanism that unhealthy coping mechanism that people utilize when they don't have a good control on their triggers or their stressors in life, all right? And so again, if you want to maximize journaling, you have to also have other healthy lifestyle habits. Again, being able to daily meditate, sleep in periods of rest, exercise and proper nutrition, staying away from alcohol and drugs, all right? Now, journaling tips and prompts. I want to leave you with this. There's a few of them. First, you actually have to set some time aside to journal. Stop being so busy in your day where you can't unplug and unwind and pull yourself back. Should nobody be that busy where it leaves you no time for you. We give ourselves to our jobs, our ministries, our children, our spouses, our friends, our family, our loved ones, and every day out of 24 hours we leave no time for us. Not even sleep. That's no time for you. You're disconnected from you when you're asleep. But when you're awake, in your waking hours, we're giving all of ourselves to everybody, and we leave no time for us to be connected to us, if that makes sense. So you actually have to set some time aside to journal. No one's schedule should ever be that jam-packed to the detriment of having time to unwind and gather your thoughts. If this is you, if you're so busy where you can't unwind and retract and chill out, then you need to change. It's time to change your schedule. Secondly, journaling is most helpful and effective when done in quiet, serene, and peaceful environments. So if you got 1,000 kids running around, your spouse is loud, you live with cousins, or you hear that, you're not going to be able to maximize the benefits of journaling. Journaling is meant to be done quietly so that you can think and outlet and write out what you're feeling, what you're thinking, your emotions, your feelings, and all of this. You can't do that when there's so many atmospheric and external distractions, all right? Let's see. Third, be free and unrestricted in your writing. When you journal, you shouldn't care. I don't care about punctuation, grammar, sentence structure. When you journal, this is your time to outlet. Because when you're angry, you're upset, you're scared, you're fearful, you're worried, you're nervous, you're not thinking about what's politically correct. You want to outlet. And so when you journal, you're to be free and unrestricted with your writing. Journaling doesn't need to follow any type of structure. Write whatever is on your mind. Write whatever you're feeling. Make sense of your emotions. Let the words flow freely and without hesitation. Remember, nobody else is going to read your journal. You need to keep it in a safe place. Because what the devil will do is this. To keep you internalizing everything, he'll say, you don't need to be journaling because you know somebody going to find that and they going to read all your business. Stop letting the devil trick you. No. You protect your journal and you keep it in a safe place because you need that outlet. Don't let the devil trick you and cause you to keep internalizing things. You need an outlet. You need an outlet. Say it with me. You need an outlet. All right? Let the words flow freely and without hesitation. Journaling is a great way to prevent internalizing stress, worry, fear, pain, anguish. Journaling gives you that outlet. Stop internalizing. Journal it out. Again, don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about spelling or punctuation. You're just giving an outlet to all of this damaging stuff that's circulating on the inside of you. All right? Number 4, with regards to journaling tips and tools and prompts. Remember that your journal is private and should be guarded with utmost diligence because what you pour into your journal is sensitive. What you pour into your journal is private. It's things that 99.9% of the time you don't want anybody else to have access to. And so you have to guard it with diligence. You don't want to be careless with your journal, again, because of the contents, all right? Now, some more journaling tips and prompts. I want to say that actually that's it. So my challenge is for you to start setting some time aside. Learn how to disconnect from your environments, from work environment, from family environment, from ministry environments, from your friend environments, from your business connection environments. Learn how to unplug and set some time aside for yourself each day. Even if it's just 30 minutes, you need some time for you to make sense of everything that has come your way each and every day. All right? And part of that time that you spend with you should include journaling. Don't wait till things get so overwhelming. You know how you shake a can of pop and then you open it and it explodes? Don't wait till things get so overwhelming to start utilizing tools such as journaling. No. Make a practice of this every day. It's okay to write good things in your journal. I more so use it for the negative and the pessimistic feelings and the worries and the concerns and all of this stuff. But you can write positive things. Just make that part of your time that you spend with you. All right? So again, if your day is so busy that you can never find time for you, you need to revise how you are doing life, because if not, you are going to continue to be adverse to your own mental and emotional well-being and health. All right? Now, a little bit about us. You can connect with us here on the tongue-tied. Journaling Saves Lives page. We have a business page. We have a group page. There are a lot of mental health tips, quotes, positive sayings, videos for you to go back and watch. Please share these things with the people that's around you. You may not be dealing with mental or emotional health challenges, but someone around you may be. So this is why you want to share resources and content like this, because someone's life may depend on you sharing videos like this, because something that was said could save their life. And so listen, you all, start today learning how to unplug from your environments. Make time for you. Protect your mental and emotional health, just like you do your spiritual and your physical health. All right? And for all of my church people, you can love Jesus and have a therapist. Jesus and therapy are not mutually exclusive. You can serve Jesus and have a therapist. You can have faith in Jesus and talk to a therapist. All right? Just like we trust orthopedic doctors, cardiologists, and every other type of doctors, it's okay to trust the knowledge that our Lord and Savior has given to therapists and counselors and psychiatrists and psychologists. All right? And so listen, connect with us here on Facebook. We have a business page and a group page. We're on Twitter. All right, so connect with us there. If you need any mental health resources, please go ahead and connect with us so that we can provide them to you all. All right, so listen, we love you all. I'll probably do another pop-up later about a different topic, but go back and share this video to your timeline. Invite somebody to become part of this Journaling Saves Lives group, all right? Because remember, journaling really does save lives, but you have to be an ambassador. You have to be intentional about pulling away from your atmosphere so that you can have time for you, so that you can journal and bring relief to your mind and your emotions. All right, you all. God bless. Listen, click on the link in the caption of this video. It'll take you to our mental health resource center on our church's website. And then if you want to go ahead and sow a seed into the ministry, because we also utilize some of the funds that come in to pay for therapy and counseling for some people. And so that's one of the great things I appreciate about the ministry that God has entrusted to me. We're able to positively impact people's lives, not just in word, but in deed as well. Yes, House of Love Ministries pays for therapy and counseling for individuals that can't afford it, that are connected to us. All right? So click on those links in the bio. We'll see you next time. God bless.